Hello children, I hope you all are safe and fine at home. Dear children, today we are going to study about Abiotic Resources Part 6. In the earlier video, we have learnt about the water resources and its uses. Today, we are going to study about growing use of water, degradation of water and conservation of water resources in this session. So let's begin today's session. As you all know, water, like land, is a vital, renewable resource. It supports and sustains all life forms on the earth. We need water for several purposes. Plants and animals living both on land and in water requires water. We need water for drinking, cleaning and other domestic purposes. Water is essential for agriculture. It is used to generate hydroelectricity power. Water is used for transportation, in industries, for recreation, disposal of sewage, and even for firefighting. Ocean water is a storehouse of minerals such as salt and magnesium. It is also the Earth's largest aquatic ecosystem, including large number of organisms such as fish and coral reefs. The amount of water available on the Earth is more or less fixed. So in this way, we can say the use of water are growing rapidly. As first said, recent uses of water like hydrogen fuels are being discovered. Besides, the world is passing through a phase of global warming, on account of which the Earth's mean temperature has gone a little bit higher. Global warming occurs when carbon dioxide and other pollutants and greenhouse gases collect in the atmosphere and traps the heat and cause the planet to get hotter. This is known as greenhouse effect. Consequently, the consumption of water has risen from about 3,850 cubic kilometer per year in 1975 to more than 6,000 cubic kilometer per year in the year 2000. Now here are the different factors which are responsible for the degradation of water resources. Water, once considered an inexhaustible natural resource, has now been labeled as a scarce resource because day by day it is depleting. Different parts of the world are facing water scarcity for the following reasons. They are unequal distribution of rain, groundwater depletion, groundwater contamination, surface water depletion, and surface water contamination. Dear children, so here is the first reason for the water scarcity, that is unequal distribution of rain. The rainfall pattern and distribution in the region is a good index of its water sources. Coastal areas receive heavy rains while deserts have scanty rains. Naturally, the Earth temperature lands or temperate lands or mid-latitude where temperatures and evaporations are both low are regions of surplus water resources. On the other hand, big tracts of desert land between 20° north and south and 40° north and south are troubled by defaced water resources. So next is groundwater depletion. Dear children, first learning about the groundwater depletion, let's learn about groundwater. Some rainwater seeps through the soil and gets collected above the layer of impervious rocks. This forms a sort of large water bodies under the ground. This is known as groundwater. Groundwater is a major source of fresh water. However, it is limited in amount and gets depleted if the rainfall is scanty. This also gets affected due to the wrong practices by us. Urbanization, industrialization, and to some extent, the Green Revolution also has increased the demand for water. Uncontrolled use of borewell technology, deforestation, and improper management of water resources are responsible for the depletion of underground water. Next is groundwater contamination. How, do that, how they are contaminated. Excessive application of chemical fertilizers in the fields pollute the soil. These pollutants also seep through the soil and pollute the groundwater as well. Water pollution is one of the main causes of our water crisis. Next is surface water depletion. Dear children, as you all know, rain is a chief source of fresh water. Rain brings water back to the earth and water bodies get filled up. Thus we have lakes, ponds and rivers which forms the surface water. When it does not rain for a longer period of time, rivers, ponds and lakes dry up due to the evaporation. The Yamuna has also receded and Delhi, the slum built on the river's bed, is an example of depletion of surface water. Let's learn about surface water contamination. Wastewater from our bathrooms, kitchen, industries and agriculture fields run into ponds and rivers, make them unfit for use. This is called as surface water contamination. So now here we will learn about conservation of water resources. The term conservation refers to the efficient utilization besides protection, resources improvement and preservation. Why we need to conserve the water resources? Water is a prime resource. Just as we plan income and expenditure in a finance budget, we need to have a water budget too. We must plan utilization of our water resources to derive maximum benefits. Water conservation focuses on several issues like improvement of vegetation cover to improve the underground water resources, rainwater harvesting both for storage and saving wasteful surface runoff. So here are some steps to conserve the water resources. Growing different types of natural vegetation to slow down the surface runoff. In this way, underground water storage can be improved. Impound water resources by making check dams. Rainwater harvesting techniques can also be used to save surface runoff. Adequate amounts of excessive rain and river water must be held in storage to assure a continuing supply in dry weather. Dams help in achieving this. We must fight pollution and depletion of existing water resources. Government must impose strict controls and norms on industrial units to check harmful influence. Likewise, sewage treatment is a must and there should be stringent government laws to enforce this. Adequate amount of water should be used in the irrigation process. Canal lining should be used to control water seepage. In arid regions, sprinklers, drip or trickle irrigation method should be used in agricultural activities. Recycled water should be used as coolant in industries. Careful use of water in homes and industries to avoid wastage will go a long way in meeting water shortages. Recycling water for washing, cars, watering plants and domestic uses can help reduce water shortage in our immediate environment. home, we should also check the wastage of water. Wastewater of kitchen and washing can be used for gardens and toilets. Thus, every member in our house needs to use water economically. People must look at ocean water as an additional source, but desalination is an extremely expensive venture. More researchers need to be done to make it affordable. Irrigation facilities must be optimized to minimize water wastage and maximize productivity. Groundwater aquifers must be allowed to recharge so that water resources do not get exhausted. Often, reforestation schemes go hand in hand with water conservation, as trees allow for better recharge of groundwater. Today, rainwater harvesting is another step in this direction. This involves capturing and channelizing rainwater into the ground or using it to meet some household needs. So, in this way, water resources can be conserved and managed effectively. So, dear children, don't waste the water and reuse it and save for the future. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead.